So check it out, guys. It's about 3 p.m. right now on the East Coast, and the markets are crushing it after we had a little bit of a rocky morning. As you guys remember, we got the CPI data this morning, which caused the stock market to initially tank. Then it ended up coming back up, and then it tanked again as the markets opened. So, yeah, after that initial volatility, we are now back in the green. We have the S&P 500 up 0.4% right now. As again, it's about 3 p.m. We're in power hour, and we have the Russell up 1.4%, Nasdaq up about 0.5%, as the Dow is up 0.6%. So we're going to break down the markets in this video, talk about what's going on, my thoughts on the markets, and we're going to break down some stocks. We have a lot of stocks that are moving today that I want to talk about, so make sure you guys stick on throughout the video. And all I ask is if you find value, feel free to hit that like button and to subscribe. It really helps me out overall in the algorithm, guys. I appreciate you all as always. And with that being said, let's just dive into the video. So like I said, we had a lot of volatility this morning where SPY went from 398 to 393, back to 399 pretty much. Then it tanked all the way back down to 393. That was at about 10 a.m. on the East Coast, and it's been pretty much uptrending since that point. You know, higher highs, higher lows. Well, actually, we didn't hit a higher high yet because we have not broken out of the highs from the pre-market yet, but higher lows have been made for sure. In other words, we have an ascending triangle. This is very important. We have an ascending triangle here on SPY on the intraday chart, which means if we do end up breaking out of that pre-market high, the ascending triangle plays out, this could be going up a lot more. We could start breaking out towards 403, 410, 13. These are some levels that I've mentioned before on the channel. So yeah, SPY is looking pretty good right now. You know, we're a little bit off the highs from pre-market, but this ascending triangle looks like it could be playing out, whether it's, you know, in the next 5 minutes or maybe at some point throughout this, the rest of today. And of course, heading into tomorrow, next week, I think the markets are closed on Monday, guys. But heading into next week, we'll see what happens at around 400. This is very, very important on SPY. And if I pull up triple Q, let's see what's going on here. Same thing, right? We're failing at 280 right now, which is the pre-market high. But at the same time, we're making those higher lows. Don't you guys see that? We have a low here at 273, higher low at 277, 278. So if this could break 280, whether it's today, tomorrow, or not, tomorrow, some point next week, right? If we could break 280, 285's next, which you guys know on the 4-hour chart, that is the right shoulder, the neckline of the head and shoulders. And if 285 were to break, there could be more upside on triple Q. So overall, I'd say today, of course, is a win for the bulls so far, unless anything crazy happens in the next hour, which could happen. I mean, you guys have seen crazy things happen during power hours. So yeah, awesome day so far. CPI, if you guys didn't catch that, check out my last video. We broke down all the categories, CPI, what the numbers were looking like and so forth. But if you didn't catch it, it came in a little bit less than expected. Negative 0.1%, which is the first month of a decline in God knows how long, at least in the past year, probably the past 18 months at this point. So yeah, interesting day so far for the markets. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, as always, guys. And with that being said, let's just talk about some stocks. Let's go over some of these movers here on my watch list. So Mercado Libre, we called this out recently. Mercado Libre is up 8% right now, back over $1,000 a share, as you guys can see. And we're officially breaking the highs here from, it looks like, this was the beginning of October. Yeah, right around 950. We're well above that. And now we're slowly testing the highs here from the middle of September and from the middle of November, being about $1,015, $1,030 roughly, $1,035. If this is able to break on Mercado Libre, we could fill the gap to 1,100. If 1,100 breaks, that was the high from the middle of August, there could be even more upside on Mercado Libre. So this looks really good. And Tesla, guys, also is looking pretty good, although it's not having the most beautiful, fantastic day today. It's actually down a little bit, pretty much at break even. It's right around $123. But the reason why I'm looking at Tesla very heavily is because we have an ascending triangle on this stock. Well, not on the 4-hour chart, obviously, but if we zoom in on the 5-day and we look at what's going on in the very short term, you guys can see 125 has been resistance, but at the same time, we're making higher lows into that point, right? You guys can see that. We hit 101 here a couple of days ago. We made a higher low at about 115. Today we sold off in the morning, but buyers came in at 117. We held that, higher low, held the trend. So at this point, and mind you, right now in real time, we've rallied off the low of the day from about 117. Now we're at 123, up $6 from that point. In other words, percentage-wise, this thing is up about 5%. So yeah, Tesla looks like it wants to test 125 again, which I don't know why I don't have an alert there. I might as well set one right now. If it does end up breaking $125 a share, guys, Tesla could really start flying. Like I said, it's not going to, at least in my opinion, reverse to 200, 300 bucks like that. But if 125 breaks, could we go to 150? Could we play in this window here up to the 180 SMA on the 4-hour? I think so. That's my opinion. And we have earnings coming up at the end of this month. Let me see here. Yeah, 25th of the month, which you guys know how that goes with Tesla. Earnings, if they knock it out of the park, of course, there's a lot of bad news priced in. If they somehow come in and surprise, maybe guidance is strong, this stock could end up going on a tear. Keep that in mind, because a lot of the red here a lot of the red has come from not only, softening demand, the fact that we're in a recession. It's not just from that. Obviously, a lot of it's from Elon Musk and Twitter. And Elon Musk hasn't really done anything wild, it seems like, in the past week or two. Hopefully it remains that way. So who knows? It's with that kind of quieting down a little bit right now, once he picks the new CEO, that's going to be even better for Tesla stock. So he gets his attention a little bit away from Twitter and back on Tesla. So if that kind of calms down a little bit, and then with earnings coming up, let's say guidance is strong, like I said, maybe, numbers. I mean, we already know numbers. If we're looking at year over year in the past couple of years, the numbers are going to be great, but it's all about, the guidance, in my opinion, how that looks like, and if things are looking decent, it doesn't have to be, awesome. It doesn't have to be spectacular, because it's, the stock is beaten down so much. Any piece of good news right now could move it pretty aggressively. In other words, it doesn't have to take a miracle to move the stock, or an amazing earnings report to move the stock, if that makes any sense, guys. So let's see. 125 is where my alert's at. We still have about 55 minutes of trading today as I'm making this video. Let's see how Tesla ends up playing out. As we all know, the last hour is pretty hectic. So that's Tesla. Airbnb is moving up on the day today. It looks like it's up another 5% almost, right around $100 a share, which you guys can see. $100, that was resistance back in the middle of, December, early December. So if we could break 100, 105, this could really start moving. Look at Meta today, guys. Man, Meta's up another 3%. Look at that. And it's right around now $138, which you guys know if you watch my videos. We talked about this. I'll mention it again, though. Meta back a couple months ago failed at 138. Then it went all the way down to $88 in the span of a couple days, couple weeks, and now we're back at 138. So if we do fail at this point, that's not going to be that great for the bulls. I'm not going to lie. But if Meta could end up getting above 138, 140, who knows how much more it could run. I mean, if we look here on the chart, back in the middle of June throughout the middle of September, that 3-month stretch, Meta held roughly 150, 155. It was really 155. That's where I think this could fill the gap to. That's where I think it could be going in the short term. I think it could run another 10, 15 bucks, especially if the markets continue running throughout the month of January, which we've had a pretty good start to the year. And did I not say, I made a video at the end of December talking about how January, looking at historical numbers stemming back, I think, like 60, 70 years, January's been a pretty decent month for the stock market. And I wish I could pull I want to know the statistics behind this. Is we don't know the answer to this, or maybe you guys do. I don't know, but I want to know the statistics of how the stock market does after an awful month of December. I think was I reading about that? I forget, but we had such a bad month of December. What's the historical outlook, or not the historical outlook, but how has history shown that January performs after a terrible month of December? It's probably not always green, but I'm sure it's more green than red. If we were just looking at the stock market, I mean, I think over 50% of January's have been green if we're looking at history, if I remember correctly. And the average return for January is 0.9% for the S&P 500. But either way, that's something interesting. I'd like to know what that is. Maybe I have to look deeper into that. But overall, guys, markets are looking pretty good today. Tesla looks like it wants to break out. Meta is also right there on the verge of breaking out as well. And I guess I'm going to wrap up the video right here and save the rest of the stocks that I want to talk about, because we could talk more, but I'm going to save them for the next video, which is coming out tonight. So if you guys want to see that video and see all the content, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell as well, and of course, hit that like button. And if you want some free stocks from Moomoo, up to 15 stocks, each up to $2,000, and you guys could also get 12 stocks from Webull, fractional shares from Webull. Link down below with any amount deposited. Let me know what stocks you guys get, guys. And full disclosure, all those links down below, the Moomoo link, the Webull link, the Patreon, check that out if you guys want to check it out. All those links help me out, and I appreciate you guys as always. And without you, this channel would not be possible. So with that being said, cheers. Stay hydrated as always, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.